Alright guys, we're going to make Blue Boy with lime tail. Don't have much Blue Boy. I got a little bit right here. That's not enough to fill all 3 molds. So I'm going to cook me up a cup. Alright. Then after I cook it, I'm going to pour it over top of this one and reheat it. Right. I'm doing it in a cup separate so I can get the right amount of blue in. Every time I make a color, whatever, don't matter which one it is, it's hard to get them exactly. I got a recipe I go by, how many drops, whatever, so forth. And it's just like cooking sometimes. Y'all make spaghetti or something, go spaghetti sauce, you go, man, it was good today. You know, the next time you make it, you go, well, it's good. Wasn't quite as good as I made it last time. Because sometimes it don't take but a little bit of a smidge of this, a smidge of that to make a little bit of difference, doesn't it? Making baits are the same way. I can get it really close, but sometimes if I lay a bag that I made last time and beside the 15 or 20 bags I made the last time, they're close. Now I keep extras hanging up here. Alright? I keep these hanging on the wall here beside of me. So, oops, I'm sorry, I kicked the stand, guys. And the reason I do that is I'm mixing color, I'll pull them down. I got a Blue Boy one hanging here, one of each color. And I'll pull it down and I'll use it for a sample and hold it beside of it and go like, yeah, needs to be a little darker. And to lighten it, I just got to add more plastic and cook it again so I can lighten it. Okay, guys. When I get this cooked up, I'm hauling back at you. Alright guys, we're going to make the Blue Boy color. I just put 2 drops of blue in. Alright. Yeah, I started without y'all guys. I'm so used to working in the shop and just taking off. That's what I've done, okay? Alright, and then the reason I call it Blue Boy is it takes a lot of blue. It takes 035, 015, 015 black, 008 silver, and it takes some 15 silver. So it has a lot of shine to it. Alright. Get the blue mixed up there. Then I'm going to dump it in with this one. So that way when I shoot a bunch, they'll come closer to matching. Alright, 015. This is 008 blue. The small stuff you got to watch. It will completely change the color of your bait. Glitter changes a lot, guys. I'm telling you. See, the reason I'm putting it back after I put it in there so I don't put the same color in twice. I got them lined up here, see? And I'm just grabbing them. And I'm putting, this is a 1/4 of a teaspoon. Yeah, it's not very big. I'm only putting like 1/3 of this in there. Alright? And I write that down too in my recipe. I look at my recipe, it says 1/3 of each one of these. That's what I'm putting. Alright? Alright, now, got one more, black. You gotta watch black. You put too much black in, it darkens it. I just put a little bit of black in, just enough to give it some body. So when you look at it, you can see some little black specks in it. I do that for 2 reasons. Once, if you look at a minnow, y'all buy minnows to fish with. If you look at them, you see like the little black spots in their intestines. Yeah, you see little black marks on them. So that's a natural thing there, right? I'm trying to make them natural. Alright? Sir, there's the Blue Boy. She's flashy. Alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour it right in with this one. Because when I shoot, I'll have 2 cups. When I shoot plastic, I try to start with 2 cups. That way if I shoot 20 or 30 bags, I probably can get 16 bags maybe out of that 2 cups. 18. But I have a better chance of those 15, 16 bags all being the same color and looking alike, right? That's what I'm after. Now I got to cook this back to 350. I shoot at 350 with these tails. But I got to get it to 350 now, melt that down, and we're going to shoot these tails, okay? Alright guys. I'm going to show you how to put each one of those tails in place. Alright? So, I showed you how the... Oh, I got one mouse in here. I showed you how the tails are made. I shoot them in that little mold. Then I put each one of them in place like that. Shut the lid. Bam. Alright guys, y'all ready? I'm going to suck some glue up here. I got the plastic to 350. I do that so it'll melt into that tail and get a good bond. Alright, fill it up, and I gotta watch it for a second. As it cools. As it cools down, it'll suck down a little bit sometimes. This one's going down. If you let it get down too far, your first bait or two can have a air bubble in it. Alright, we'll let these cool, guys. We're gonna open them. Alright, folks, let's see what we got here. Bam. What do y'all think? Okay, pretty? Now I've got a chartreuse lane here. Y'all can see the difference. Yep. Alright, guys. 1 to 400. I started 10. I gave that reason many a times. 1 to 400, you can't go over the number. If you go over the number, you're not going to win. Closest one to the number, it stays under, number wins. Separates winners and losers. Leave your number first if you think about it. 1 number per subscriber. Per subscriber, 1 number. On Wednesday night, I make a draw. So if you see the video on Sunday, it's loaded on Wednesday. Not 2 weeks later, not a month later. On that week. Sunday, Monday, it's loaded Tuesday, Wednesday, draw. It's over with. Thursday, I load a video, and who won? Or I'm going to do it live down the road. I got to get over this allergy I have to leaves, that's for sure. It's the fall time here, guys. I go through this almost every year. It's been worse this year. Alright. I load that video on Thursday. Wednesdays and Fridays are fun videos. Good luck to everybody. Appreciate y'all, guys. These are great colors. These tail colors are hot. Hope y'all enjoy the video after this. See y'all Wednesday night. Gosh. I don't think it's going to be a crappie by that right there. If it is, he's a mean one. Yeah, it's a crappie. Gosh, guys, you see how hard he was fighting? He was fighting like a bass. He done pulled my rod down to the boat, and I don't remember right now. I'm going to say this. I think this is 6 pound test, either 6 or 4. I usually try to keep 6 on this rod. The rest of them are 4, and my new lose right there is 2 pound. But the reason I'm using this one with this, because I'm throwing a heavier weight. Yeah, that's a nice fish to start with, guys. You know, I talked about this yesterday in a video I made. People ask me about the size of the fish on the depth finder. When they're up in open water, they're up under a dock or something, I can look back and go, yeah, those are decent ones. When they're on the bottom, some of them are attached to the bottom, look like tombstones moving along. I have a harder time telling how big they are. I thought these were decent sized fish. I'm moving too. I gotta see if I can find them here. I'm gonna get here where y'all can see. See what I'm talking about? There's a fish. Now see, he's off the bottom. He's decent sized fish. But the closer they get to you guys, the bigger it gets anyway. Shad. See, there's a couple. But anyway, that's what I'm doing. There's a couple here. That's behind me. See, like those two look like they're pretty decent, don't they? So it's some scattered right here. But see, they're right here. They're behind me. So I need to turn my boat around. They're 35 foot behind me. Now, Donnie made a comment that when he's fishing, he's looking at 35 feet ahead. Well, see, Donnie, I got mine sitting on 55 foot right now. But it's 20 foot right there, 22. I'm sitting in 16 and a half foot. Water's 49 degrees. So I'm kicking along. I got my remote. Here you go. Bam. I want to show you that to y'all because I have a lot of people ask me, Dennis, do you use a remote? Don't that tournament has a remote? Yes, it has a remote. Yes, I use it. Here's some fish coming in under the boat on me. So yeah, I use it, but I just don't show it to y'all. Now, do I use it in the summertime when I'm fishing docks? No. When I'm fishing docks, I don't need it. I pull up, look under the dock, hit spot lock, bam, there I am. I don't need it. I'm on the right color now. I started with another color. I did this in the video the other day. And I catch one and I go for a walk and I see a bunch of them that follow me. This fish came running. I was throwing at one fish. This fish came out of the background, came into the scope, flying and nailed it. I mean, fair catch, like a football player calling fair catch, and he was running for it. He come for it. That's when you know you got the right color. Now, guys, this is Blue Boy, and I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all up front because y'all done read the thumbnail. Blue Boy lime tail. That's a nice fish too. And I had trouble catching big fish last time I was out. God, we've had rain all week. That's a nice fish. Bam. I'm throwing, this is an 1/8 ounce head because I'm fishing deep and I'm trying to fish fast because the fish are moving. See how short this shank is on this hook? This is called a live bait hook. It's made by Gamakatsu. Somebody asked me where I got them. I don't know, guys. When I'm traveling around here and there, which I haven't done much, to be honest with you, since COVID, I haven't done much of it. Before COVID, I would run from lake to lake, bait shop. I'd go in all the bait shops and kind of look around. And I might have bought these at Bobcats in Lake Country over at Clarksville. He sells my baits too, guys. So he sells 5 different body styles. And I might have bought them there. But it's a Gamakatsu. They're not cheap. They was like $6 for 4 or something like that. But you don't lose them throwing them in water. So I done beat this one to death. I lost one to a fish last week. Yeah, I think it's because I caught, well, same way. I done caught about 30 or 40 fish on this hook, on this bait, on this jig. It's been on this rod now for like 3 trips and I haven't retied. That's how you lose a jig to a fish. That fish was 50 feet from me. Now, as we mentioned Donnie, how we was commenting back and forth to that. I seen that fish about, just like right there, 45 feet away. I threw it out there and he hit it. The first time it come past him, he come running for it and hit it. When I get them up in here, like these fish right here, you're going like, why ain't you throwing at them? They're 5 feet from me, they won't bite me. If I catch one of them, it's luck. I'll catch 1 out of 10 of them. They already know I'm up here. They hear the trolling motor running. I mean, you're in their living room. You're in their living room. Somebody come in your living room and run the trolling motor, or sit over on your couch and went, you would look at them and go, hey, dude, I'm trying to watch TV. You're in their living room. They know I'm up here. They hear me moving. They hear me moving my feet around right here. How do I know that? I have been looking at fish at 15 feet from me and went like this, dropped my rod to grab another rod, and they went going. I looked back up and seen them going. I seen them running. I went, well, they heard me drop that rod. I just dropped it and grabbed another rod. Yeah, they took off like bullets. They know you're there. They can hear stuff. And this is an aluminum boat on top of that. Aluminum, as some of y'all guys that are electricians know, that aluminum's a great conductor. So I reckon it sends the sounds to the water pretty easy too if it moves electricity good, right? Bam. Here he comes in right there. Y'all see him right here? That's those fish at 45 feet. First cast. Brought it past him. He rolled right up and grabbed it. See, they don't know I'm here. They don't know I'm even around. Once they know you're there, guys, and know you're in the area, they're a little harder to catch. I heard somebody say this the other day. They're not dumb. They learn to react to things, just like your dog does. I don't think they're smart as a dog. I ain't what I'm saying. I'm saying they learn to react to their environment, right? I've used this analogy before. Man, I've used this analogy before. Oops, I knew my line was stuck on that fish. Well, hold on, guys. My line's stuck on his lip. He come off. My line was stuck on his lip somehow. I used this analogy before. Most of y'all have dogs, have been around dogs. I've had beagles all my life. None now. I'm done with them. I'm done with dogs. A bee comes around and starts flying around in the summertime. He starts flying around your dog. Your dog will back up. He'll snap at him. He'll move out of the way. He makes a terrible looking face, doesn't he? He knows what that bee is, right? Some of these fish, once you're caught some or around these baits, they know what it is. I see them run from it. I see my bait come close to some fish and they turn around and run. Once they know you're in an area and they hear you, you make a lot of water, you catch 2 or 3 out of school, they get a little jumpy, like something's going wrong here. Are they super smart? No. You know, but they know something's wrong, right? All right, guys, out of the same school, I turned my boat around a little closer to them. I'm about 35, 40 feet now. It's about 10. I'm sitting there looking at them now. It's about 10 or 12 there. Had a bigger one after me, and this one took it away from him. He come up and said, oh, no, it's mine. That's the thing about live scope, too, you learn. You hear people say, I had a bite, and I messed him, and he came back and got it. Well, sometimes it's a different fish, because a fish will be after it, after your bait, and he's hitting at it, and you pull it a little bit, and you get a separation from him. Another fish will come from nowhere or down at the bottom, coming up and grab it. You go like, oh, he come back. Well, he might have came back, but it might have been a different fish. They just all over this bait. Guys, this bait is not going to be on the first lineup. Blue Boy chartreuse tail the first time. I've got 18 tail colors coming the first time, okay? And then what I'll do is I'm gonna make curly tail grub next year too. I'll start making the curly tail grubs, and when I put the stop flopping, he's a small enough caught there, about 9 inches. When I put the curly tail grubs on, okay, when I put them on, I'll add a few new colors, and I'll add some colors by making stock takes time, guys. That's what I'm doing now in my spare time. I've got 12 of them done now. Stock made in 12 colors, and I've got 18 to go. The dual colors take even more time. That's right. So there'll be 18 coming on the first time. Y'all might not see this video till January. I'm trying to stack up some videos too, porta catches and stuff, because January is a rough month here. It's probably the only month that fishing can be tough or impossible because of the weather. It ain't just, you know, today it's cool. You can tell I got a lot of clothes on because it's cloudy. It's not but like 47 degrees, but it's humidity. Humidity's by 70%. And that makes it feel a lot colder. It makes it feel like it's 38 degrees, right? But I'll load some, and then as we go along, I'll add new tail colors. And this will make it one of these days. This is an excellent color. Here's the thing, too. I need to find out what y'all going to buy. I've got some coming with blacktails. Y'all go see the videos on them. Blacktails work good. But are you interested in baits for blacktails? Do you have any confidence in them? I'm trying to build that confidence with y'all now on some of these baits in these videos. That's what I'm trying to do. Next cast, I'm telling you. I talk about building confidence. My confidence built this bait. A cloudy day like this, low light, you ain't gonna beat that lime tail. Y'all see my videos where I'm catching them on limeade? That's the same color as limeade. Limeade is limeade with a chartreuse belly. And I had a sub with me, and I pulled the bait out. I pulled the limeade color out, and he looked at me. He stared at me, and I seen it in his face. He's like, What's he doing? I can see it in his face. And he said that at the end of the video, if you'll go back and watch it. And I threw out there the first cast. And I sit there and caught about 4 or 5 crappie and a few casts. He looked at me, he said, you sold me. And y'all, I got bass laying on my boat. Y'all see that? I lay him down. I need to clean up. I clean up once in a while. Got a pile over here too. He reached down and got a couple off my boat that was laying on the boat, which I didn't mind. I'd have gave him what I had left that day if he'd asked me for him. I should have gave him to him. I just didn't think about it. And we was talking about other stuff. He come back on and comment. He lives on the other. He's got a place on the other end of the lake here, when the water's even super clear. It's like 5 foot visibility. It gets less as you come up this river in. He said, "Hey, I nailed him down there in that clear water. That color worked good in clear water too. Don't be scared of this UV lime color. I'm telling you, something about it they like, and that's why I'm putting it in tail colors. The other tail colors are blue, and that's a fluorescent blue. All right." And the chartreuse and pink, and the pink is a neon pink. Okay, flamingo. Bam. I tell you, this color, they love this color. I might have to reconsider and add one more color, I'm telling you guys, to Blue Boy. I made some baits for a local guy, and instead of tail being chartreuse, I put a drop of green in it, so it wasn't lime. That's a nice fish too. He loved them, huh? And he's been doing good with them. And I've never made them for anybody else. I just made them for him. He was talking about wanting a color. He wanted a certain body color. I said, let me try something for you. This was like 3 years ago, guys. And every once in a while he gets low on them, I make him some. And he's the only one I've ever made him for. I don't even have any for me. So I knew then that the tail didn't have to be chartreuse to be a good color. That's how I got into the tail colors. I knew I could play with some different color tails and catch fish. Bam. A nice one. Yeah, it's 3 together. I said the bigger fish seem to be in smaller groups, you know. When you see more than 10, usually they're under 10. Hey, that's a good phrase there, isn't it? Bam. Bam, this one feels like he's pretty good. He's a decent one. Bam. Well, he's a decent one. He's about 10 inches. All right. Bam. Next cast, 3 casts in a row, guys. I'm throwing that to 45, 50 feet. This time he's a little bit bigger. He's just throwing a fit. I'm just holding on. That's what, to me, this is what's fun. That's why I like fishing 45, 50 feet from the boat. 35 and 40 is where I'm comfortable at. I feel like I catch more fish when I keep the fish away from me. And I get to reel them in this far. Oh, he's just throwing a fit. He's nice fish while he's fighting. I'm just holding on now, wearing him out here. Oh my gosh, he'll go up under the boat. Oh gosh, stay underneath the boat. There he's up under the boat. Come around here where I can see you. Yep, he's nice. Bam! Guys, this is a good one to end with right here. That's what I'm talking about. Look at that pig. There you go, Donnie. There's a pig. There's a Lake Gaston pig for you. All right, guys. Thumbnail right there. Bam. A thumbnail. That's a nice fish, guy. He's 13 inches. Look how thick he is. Whew. Gosh, make sure y'all recording. Wow. Bam. What can I say? Y'all like this color? With that lime, Blue Boy with lime tail. I'm gonna tell you what, they like it. That's 3 fish in a row, 3 casts. Wow. All right, guys, y'all know the rules, regulations. 1 through 400. I start at 10 because I don't want to. If I don't, it'll give us 1 or 2, number 2. There was somebody that left 1 a couple times. But that's very unusual. Hardly nobody leaves a number under 10. All right. So appreciate y'all, guys. Put your number down. We draw on Wednesday nights, a random number draw. All right, I film it, load it on Thursday mornings. Down the road, we'll do live. I haven't done live, hadn't even tried yet. I have felt so bad. I got the cough so bad. I'm dealing with allergies to leaves, believe it or not. And until I get all these leaves up, until all the leaves calm down, get on the ground, and I reckon pack down, I'll have it. I went through this before, about 3 or 4 years ago. I think it's because we had so much rain this fall. It's rained every week a couple of days. I think that's made it worse. So then on Wednesdays and Fridays is fun videos. Right now I'm trying to make videos about the tail colors. So I'm trying to introduce y'all to the tail colors. Y'all see me catching fish on them, y'all can catch fish on them. All right? A crappie's a crappie, guys. And then you got to change his water color. Our water visibility, I checked it. I fished yesterday. I checked it yesterday. Our water visibility right now is 2 foot. And I'm fishing 16 foot. So you know down there it's not that much, right? But a crappie can see further than you think he can. Get it in their face, they'll bite it. I'm bringing it by them, they're rolling up and grabbing it, guys. They see it and go, I got to have me some of that lime tail right there. Hey, Dennis, Fishing Lake Country. See y'all next time.